guys, welcome back to my channel. Say hi, girls. You gonna be in the video? So that one there is Aurora, and that's Alice, aka Roro, aka Mama. But anyways, I kind of wanted to do today's video more like casual vlog style. I'm sitting on my bed in front of a window. Maybe I could prop it up. Let's see. I don't think I like that. I'll just hold it. I don't know. I just feel like this is a little more personable. You know what I mean? Like let's sit down and have girl time talk, like girlfriend talk. Which, side note, I did just film a makeup tutorial on this look right here. It's kind of been like my everyday go-to makeup look. So I'll link that here if you guys are makeup lovers and want to see what I'm wearing and everything like that. But anyways, today's video is going to be kind of just like a pregnancy update. I know a lot of you guys, so can I just say like a big hug to every single one of you watching this, especially those who have been following my journey. If you're new to my channel, the conceiving process has been a struggle for Jessie and I. We've had 3 miscarriages, and then this last time, it did take us almost a year to get pregnant, and I have kind of tried to document a lot of it just because if you go through it, it's one of the most difficult, heartbreaking, misunderstanding things you can go through, because it's one of those things where unless if you've gone through fertility issues, from an outsider looking in, it's like, why are you so upset? Why is it such a big deal? You know what I mean? But once you go through it, it's a really hard thing to go through. But yeah, so a lot of you guys have been following me, my journey, and so many of you, even on my Instagram, which I'll leave right here. I'll also leave a link to it down below. But a lot of you guys on Instagram and on here, you guys always comment like, hey, like we want a baby update. We've been following you. So I just appreciate that so much. And like for those of you who comment that my videos have helped you, or those of you who have shared that you're pregnant too, just everything that you guys share with me, excuse me, just I appreciate you so much. I really do. So anyways, my long sappy intro, here is my pregnancy update. Let's start with a belly picture, so hang on one second. This is total YouTube life right here, guys. Like well, I'm not even that dressed, I'm wearing a sweatshirt, but I look from here up all dolled up, and then from here down, sweatpants and socks. So sloppy, but here is the bump. Today, let's see, I am 28 weeks and 5 days at the time of filming this, so I'm almost 29 weeks. I'm officially in the 3rd trimester. This is what little penny girl looks like. So crazy. But yeah, so I have filmed, let's see, the last update I did was my 12-week update. I'll just kind of link all of the videos having to do with this pregnancy and everything like that in the description box, like with just like a little note of what they are in case you missed things. But real quick, in case you missed, we are having a little girl. Her name is going to be Penelope Max Zuniga. And let's see, so far, honestly, guys, this has been such a nice pregnancy for me. I did actually, if you saw my last video where I had like a crazy outbreak of herpes type 2 all over my lip, I was like going through an anxious time. I had failed my first glucose test, which in the middle of your 2nd trimester, your doctor will do a glucose test, which the glucose test is to test if you have gestational diabetes. And I did in fact fail the other one as well, and I was diagnosed with gestational diabetes. I'm gonna make a whole separate video on that. So if you're curious about that, I think I'll put that up maybe like 2 days after I upload this video. So hit that bell button if you don't already get notifications from me in case you don't wanna miss that video. But yeah, I'll go into details about all of that. Like I kind of just wanna do a whole video dedicated to that. But basically, honestly, it hasn't been as bad as I thought it would be. Aside from that, this has been such a nice pregnancy. I really haven't been sick. I really haven't been feeling bad. I do have anxiety. So like I have anxiety just not being pregnant, and it is kind of a struggle sometimes to keep it under control, you know what I mean? And sometimes I can't keep it under control, and I'm just like, gosh, I'm sorry, Penny girl, like I'm anxious today, so I know you're feeling it, you know, like I'm trying my best here. But no, I really haven't had any issues. I was just telling Jessie the other day, like now that I have a belly and everything, I'm gonna be so sad when I'm not pregnant anymore. I really wanted this for such a long time, and it is really, really cool to have it. It's really, really cool to have a belly. It's really, really cool to feel her kicking, which, okay, so I did start feeling her moving at about 19 weeks. Jessie and I were laying on the couch watching TV, and I've had light cramping on and off all throughout the pregnancy. Now it's kind of, I'll get into that in a little bit, but I felt twinges here and there. And so we were laying there and I felt something and I was like, wait a second, that did not feel like cramp or twinge. And so I waited like a little bit longer and I felt it again. And the way I could describe it is it just feels like someone's flicking you, like lightly tapping you or flicking you, like a tap, it is what it feels like. But then I was like, oh my God, I like shook Jessie, like, I felt her move. And so ever since then, I've been feeling her a lot, and it took a while for Jessie to feel. Every time I would feel her and I'd put his hand on my belly, she would stop. It was so funny. But recently he's been able to feel her, and now I would say within the past week, so maybe starting at like 27 weeks-ish, I can really feel her rolling and moving around. I could feel it sometimes, but maybe now because she's getting a lot bigger, I literally feel every move she makes. And I don't know what it is that she's doing in there, but maybe it's that she's flipping around. Like it feels like a big movement, like maybe she's flipping or really changing positions. Oh my gosh, my arm was getting tired. But it feels like going down a roller coaster, like your stomach, like, oh, like it's really cool. It's really exciting. Sometimes you'll feel like kick, like bam, and you're like, oh, but it doesn't hurt. A lot of people who haven't felt it will ask me, like, does it hurt? It doesn't hurt. It just feels like movement in your belly. It's just really, really cool. So that's been really neat to experience. At night, a lot of times, Jessie and I, so they say now, I guess the baby's eyes are open for a while in the beginning, then they shut, and then they open again. I forgot around how many weeks. I think it was like 25, I don't know, something. They open again. And so all of my apps were saying, oh, if you shine a flashlight on your belly, they can see the light and they'll react to it. So Jessie and I at nighttime will like just lay down, and she's always active at night. I swear, during the day, I mean, I feel her a lot during the day, but when I lay down to go to bed at night and in the middle of the night, she's just like, party time! Which I heard that they will keep their kind of sleep patterns when they're born from when they're in the room. So I'm like, great. I'm gonna have a night owl, which that's kind of how I am, so. But anyways, at night when she's super active, Jessie and I will just lay down and we'll just feel her and like feel her kick. It's so fun, and we'll like shine a flashlight and like she'll move around like, what are you guys doing? It's so funny. But yeah, other things. Oh, I was gonna tell you about my pains I've been having. So, and they're just normal like pregnancy pains. So, oh, actually, I don't know if I told you guys this story. I don't think I did. I did end up having to go to triage. How many weeks was I? I think I was about 21 weeks. It was between like 20 and 23, somewhere in that range. I had started feeling cramping like pretty bad and almost like period-like cramps. And there was one day, so this might be TMI, but you guys know me, I'll tell you everything. But I've always like, I'll have discharge. Just being pregnant, like you're gonna have discharge, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just your body is working extra hard to clean, make sure nothing gets in and everything like that. So I'll get juicy sometimes. But during this time I was having cramping, I did get a decent amount of discharge. Like it was a lot, and it was thinner, and it was different than what I had had before. But I didn't really think anything of it, and I wasn't even gonna call the doctor because I still felt her moving around this whole time. So in my mind I was like, well, as long as she's moving around, I think she's fine. But poor Jessie, he was all worried. He's like, can you just call the doctor and make sure everything's okay? Oh, and it was especially when I was working, when I was on my feet. So if at work, once I had been at work for about, I don't know, 2 hours, 3 hours, I would really start cramping, or I would just need to sit down and it got pretty bad. So I was kind of like fine, so I did finally call the doctor, and one of the first things they asked me was, have you had any abnormal discharge? And I was like, actually there was one day that I did. And so they did get a little concerned. They sent me to the hospital. They were like, well, we want you to go to the hospital just to make sure you're not in preterm labor, because I guess if you have a lot of thin discharge, it could be that you're going into labor, and they just wanted to make sure I wasn't. So I went in. They actually have a swab now where they can swab your cervix, and they'll be able to tell right away if you're in labor or not. It's actually pretty cool. So I was not. They checked my cervix. It was closed. Everything was fine. They did a stress test on her. Everything was totally fine. And they said probably that it's most likely just around ligament pain, growing pains. Also, sometimes being on your feet doesn't help, which that makes sense. And this was during a time where my belly did start getting bigger. And so, yeah, I don't know. I still like don't really know to this day what it was. It did go away. I haven't had like that bad of cramping walking around in a while. I did just take it easy. I cut down on shifts at work. I cut down on long shifts, and that helped a lot. So yeah, that was not a big deal. Oh, but what I do get a feeling of, which if you're pregnant or have been pregnant and know what this is, like comment down below, because I'm like, oh, it feels like a bruise on my vagina bone, like where your pubic bone is kind of. Oh, it just feels like I got, excuse me again, kicked in the crotch sometimes. And like my groin area, it hurts to walk. And honestly, it's probably, I keep hearing that everyone has that feeling too, but it's probably just me stretching. Before getting pregnant, I did not have very wide hips, so I know things got to move around and shift, so that's probably what it is. But it's just like, oh, sometimes I'm like, oh, like it just feels like I got kicked. But it's not bad. Like it's not like, oh my god, I can't handle it. Like it's just like something that I've felt. Other things, so far I don't have stretch marks yet. Let me show you guys what I've been using. Which I heard, honestly, guys, that stretch marks is more of a hereditary thing than a cosmetic thing that you can prevent. But I don't know. I just to be on the safe side, I have been using this Palmer's Cocoa Butter Stretch Marks body lotion. I'll put that all over. I do have a little bit of stretch marks on my boobs because they got really big really fast, and I used to not really have any. Yeah, let's just get like raw and ratchet, guys. I'll just tell you everything. My nipples have gotten bigger. Oh, mama. Tell them what mommy's nips look like. You're so cute. But yeah, so my areolas have gotten bigger. I'm like, oh, my cute little areolas, but it's okay. They have gotten a little bit darker, and like my actual nipples have gotten bigger too. I haven't lactated yet or anything like that. So yeah, nothing like that. I will say, guys, so okay, and this is very like hit or miss for different pregnancies, for different people, you know what I mean? Every single pregnancy, every single person is different. But so far what I've experienced is, for a while, like from the beginning to about, I think it started when I got in like halfway through the second trimester, like maybe I was about 22-ish weeks, around there. Before that point, like my libido was like crazy. Like I was just like a rabbit on Jesse like all the time, and it was great. And then like I think maybe too, like once I started getting bigger, I don't know if anatomically, like, you know, things shift or your spots shift, you know what I mean? But for a while, intimacy was not what it's been before. And like, I had just never experienced having a hard time, I guess. And also, like, I would get out of breath really fast. And I'm still going to the gym too, which I don't know. I've been debating this. Comment down below. Do you guys want to see my gym routine being pregnant? Is that something you guys don't really care about? Let me know. But I've been going to the gym this whole time. And so anyways, intimacy just got like hard, like out of breath, and I'm like, the things I have always liked don't feel how they used to feel, and my libido went down. So I don't know, it was kind of weird. And it was just, I looked it up and saw that, oh, that happened. So that kind of made me feel better to know, like, okay, like, so it's not me, there's nothing wrong. I don't know, it made me feel better to know, like, hey, like, that happens sometimes. But recently, play around with different kinds of positions, which I will tell you guys, one thing that like was a great discovery for me that kind of just like changed the game for me is style, dog style. Sorry, I'm trying not to be like too graphic, but I also just want to be honest with you guys. That way, if you're going through the same struggles, like maybe it'll help you out. But yeah, that like has really changed. Like that's great. If you're pregnant and you used to not like that, just give it a try again, you know? Not that I used to not like that, but it just wasn't my bread and butter, but now it is. So yeah, that's kind of kicked back up. So my libido's kicked back up within the past, I would say, week or so. So yeah, if you're going through a time where you just kind of like are like, nothing appealing to me or anything like that, like I think that's just a normal thing. Your hormones can fluctuate. So yeah, I did go through that. I haven't really been that emotional. I feel like I was in the first trimester. So I was very, I would say, like I felt needy. I just felt some type of way the first trimester. I don't know if it had to do with that my body, you know, I didn't look pregnant yet, but I was putting on weight. I don't really know. I did put on weight kind of fast. At this point, I've gained a little over 20 pounds. Like sometimes it ranges like 20 to 25 pounds so far, but I gained weight pretty fast, and yeah, like it's leveled out a little bit. But yeah, anyways, first trimester, I was like emotional. I wanted a lot of attention from Jesse. Which was weird for me, because normally I'm someone who I'm pretty independent. Like I love Jesse, I love to be snuggly, but I don't know, it was a new experience for me. It was a new experience for Jesse, which I have to tell you, if you are emotional or you are having a hard time, voice it to your husband or your partner or whatever. Like, let them know what's going on. That really helped Jesse and I, because gosh, if it's new for you, imagine how new it is for your partner. And that's kind of how it was with Jesse. It was kind of just like, oh my gosh, like I don't know how to deal with emotional Julia. I don't know this needy Julia, you know, he's not used to it. Just like you yourself are not used to it. You don't know what's going on. So your partner, just voice it to him. And then that helped a lot when I was just like, I don't really know what's going on, but I'm just feeling this way, and I just need you to just humor me, I guess. And so yeah, that helped a lot, and it did go away. Once I started getting a belly, like I found a confidence that I don't think I've ever had before. You know, like when some clothes I'm like, oh, I'm a warthog, I look fat. And there are times where I actually have had a couple breakdowns. We had a Christmas party, a company Christmas party, and nothing was fitting. And Jesse, he went to the mall with me, and we were there for hours looking for something to wear. And it gets to an awkward point where, you know, you can't really fit in regular clothes, or you have to get extra large, but then it fits weird. But then maternity clothes are hard to find. You don't have a lot of options. But yeah, I had a little breakdown and I started crying, and like, so yeah, I do have those still too. But yeah, really aside from that, I just really do feel confident. I'm like, gosh, like I love my belly. I've wanted this belly. I'll wear whatever I want. I'm gonna look big either way. Like, I don't know. It is just really cool. So if you're having trouble with your body, just embrace it. Like, just be excited that you have it. It's taking you 9 months to, you know, put on all this weight. Just tell yourself, if you're worried, like, okay, I'm gonna give myself at least 9 months or more to get it off. You know what I mean? Just don't worry too much. At least that's what I've been doing, and it helps a lot. So yeah, I will say my feet have started hurting a lot. Especially working, I am a server, I'm on my feet a lot, and when I come home, my feet hurt so bad. I haven't had any swelling, which is really good. No ankle swelling, no feet swelling. My feet still kind of look... Do you guys want to see my feet? I have ugly feet to begin with. But yeah, here are my feet. I have like really veiny feet, I have bunions, but yeah, so far they have not swelled too much or anything like that. My back does hurt a lot, which, I mean, that's just par for the course. Yeah, I think that's like all the updates I have for you guys, like kind of just little things that have been happening the past second and third trimesters. I guess comment down below if you have any other questions. I'm sure probably once I edit and film this video, I'm like, oh, I forgot to mention that. But comment down below if you have any other questions. Clearly, if you've gotten to this point of the video, you can tell that I am not very bashful. I'm very open and honest. And so seriously, guys, if you have any questions, pop them down below. Like, I'm happy to answer them. Anyways, once again, guys, thank you so much for just being with me on this journey. Thank you so much for all the love and support. And to those of you who are pregnant and having babies, congratulations. And to those, if you're watching this and are still, you know, working on it, don't give up hope, guys. Like I said, I've had 3 miscarriages and this is my 4th pregnancy, and so far everything's going great. Like it's literally everything like I dreamed of. So do not give up hope, guys. And yeah, I will catch you in my next video. Oh, I forgot something. I knew this would happen. So right now I'm in Penelope's room, and I wish I would have shown you guys before, but I feel like I have kind of started nesting a little bit because I just started getting really anxious. Let me just show you guys real quick. But I wish I would have shown you guys this. Well, so the only thing, so this used to be Jesse's room. Jesse has to do some painting and stuff like that. And we gotta do the floors. Like there's so much to do still, but I wish I would have shown you guys what it looked like before, because this room was like Jesse's man cave room, which we did combine. So now we have a man/woman cave together. Are you showing them whoa? Which I plan on doing a tour of that room once we're completely done with it. But anyways, then we had a little baby shower this weekend. My aunts on my dad's side had a little family baby shower for me. It was awesome. It was Little Mermaid themed. But anyways, this is all her stuff. So cute. She's so spoiled already. But all of that was all in bags. It was like all over the place. It was in my other room, which is that room right there. And like Jesse's stuff was all in that closet. 2 days ago, this did not look like this. And I just got this like urge. I'm like, oh my God, like we need to start clearing room. We still have to like get her crib in here and, you know, put the room together, which once I have the room together, I'll do a tour. But yeah, anyways, I feel like I kind of started nesting a little bit because I was like, I gotta organize. I gotta get stuff put away. So yeah, I'm like, oh, that was the other update that I forgot to tell you guys.